How's it going, guys? Stas here. Welcome back to another video, and happy Friday, by the way, guys. Cheers to that. We're going to break down Sofi in this video. We're going to go over what I'm doing, the charts. We'll break down the options chain as well, and if we have time, we're going to go over the indexes, maybe some other stocks later in the video, so let's dive into it. If you guys find value, hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe and get your 30 stocks from Moo. Use that link right down below, or go to StasSurfFest.com/Moo. Deposit at least $100, you get 5 stocks. Deposit at least $2,000, you get 25 more stocks, and your uninvested cash now will earn up to 8.1% APY. So get on it, guys. The clock's ticking. Use that link down below, or again, go to StasSurfFest.com/Moo. And now let's get into it. So it is a pretty rough day for stocks today, guys. We have the Russell down over 1%, and the Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ, they're pretty much all down about 0.75%, and SoFi is down not much, down about a penny as I'm making this video, guys. It was actually up about 5 minutes ago, and we are climbing out of the lows here from pre-market. We hit about 1235. Now we're at 1265, and look, we actually just went green as I'm making this video, so not too bad of a day here for SoFi so far, although it did take out the lows from yesterday. Yesterday we hit about, 1250 intraday. We fell through those lows here in the pre-market, but then again, we are seeing buyers coming in at about 1230, 1240, which that was the high back from Tuesday. Wednesday, it looks like here as well, or no, Monday, Tuesday rather. So the fact that we're getting buyers to come in at an old resistance, we're holding it as support now. We're starting to pop and go green in the midst of a red day. That's not too bad. That's not too bad here on SoFi. So let me pull up the options chain and show you guys what I'm looking to do right now. So I'm sure you all remember, or maybe not, I'll let you know right now, but I sold the covered calls, the $16 covered calls here that expire today. Let me actually show you right here. So these are on the $16, it's these ones, right? So when you're selling calls, guys, you want them obviously to expire worthless, because when you're buying options, right, buying calls, puts, it's very risky. I think 80-85% of them expire worthless when you're buying them, right? So you want to be on the other side of the trade, which you're the seller. So I sold these $16 calls right here that, again, expire today. I did this, or actually, no, these are the ones that expire. Well, I can't show you the ones that expire today. They're already gone. But you know, I bought them 3-4 weeks ago, and I forget the premium. I think they were at like 48 cents or 40 cents or something like that. So you multiply that by however many, contracts you get, whatever. That's the premium you get. However many you sold. Either way. And now they expired worthless. Again, you want to be on the other side of the trade. If you're buying calls, puts, you can make a lot of money, but a lot of them expire worthless. So now I'm looking at, let's pull up some different expiration dates here. Let's pull up April 11th. Let's see what we're looking at here. So now I'm looking at potentially selling, where's the stock at now? 1264. Okay. I'm looking to potentially sell these $14 calls either on April 11th or let's see what the 4th is looking like for fun. Yeah, the 4th, 14 cents, so that's not too crazy there. Maybe on, let's say a month out. Let's do April 25th. So, for example here, guys, these $14 calls right here, do you guys see them? The bid price right now is 40 cents. So if I were to click this plus sign here and we go up here, right, one contract is obviously 100 shares each. So if you're selling covered calls, guys, right, you need at least 100 shares of a stock. So in this case, you need at least $1,200 worth of SoFi. It's at what, $12.50 right now. So you need at least 100 shares to put up as collateral to even do this. So if you guys see right here, do you guys see that estimated credit? That is what you would get right in your not bank account, but right in your portfolio the second you execute this trade. So that's just with $100 or 100 shares. So $1,200 position. If you sell covered calls here that expire, a month out at $14 strike, right? You're going to get this. You see this $39.96 right here? You're going to get that right into your account. And let's say, for example, you have 12 grand of SoFi stock. You have 1,000 shares. You want to do 10 contracts, right? You're going to get $400 just like that, just like that. You're going to get $400 in your account. And if you do it right, let's say your average cost is like $10 or something, right? And you sell the $14 covered calls, even if those get filled, right? Or even if you have to give up your shares, you're still going to make a $4 profit from $10 a share to $14 where you have to give up your shares. So you keep that $4 per share profit, and you also keep this premium, which again, it's a $400 estimated credit. So think about it. If you have a couple $100,000 in your portfolio, you have a bunch of stocks that you have hundreds of shares of, you can rinse and repeat the wheel strategy, which I'll do more videos on that in the future. In this case, we're just talking part of the wheel strategy, right? Selling covered calls. But you can rinse and repeat this and literally make hundreds of dollars a month. If not, well, if you have hundreds of thousands of dollars in your portfolio, you can make thousands of dollars a month, depending on what you're dealing with, the stocks you have. I mean, I can't give you a concrete number, but you can easily make $1,000, $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, pretty conservatively, with a couple $100 grand portfolio. It's totally possible, man. And even I've done it with a $30,000 portfolio. I remember a couple of years ago, guys, I was doing a new strategy, or I was testing out, this strategy on a couple of stocks, and one of the portfolios, I was doing it on 30 grand at the time, 25 grand. I was pulling in $1 grand a month, $500, $800, $700. So this stuff works, and it's way more. It's safer. Obviously, there's risk. You're capping your upside on the stock. If it surges, it is what it is. But if you want to create some income, that it's pretty easy. Not much work, right? If you want to create some income, selling calls, selling cash secured puts. If you have extra cash in your portfolio, it works. And again, $400 is what you'd make if you had 12 grand in SoFi. You have 1,000 shares, right? You can make $400 a month pretty much doing this strategy. Even more if you're doing the wheel strategy, right? And of course, it fluctuates depending on the premiums, blah, 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 volatility in the markets. But that's kind of what I'm looking to do right now. I'm eyeing up these $14, $14 strike that's expiring in 35 days. And if you want to go a little higher up, you want to be a little, you want to go to $15 strike. You can do that as well, but realize you're not going to make as much money on the premium. But if SoFi runs a bit, you're also not as much at risk of getting your shares called away if you really want to keep on to those shares super long term. If I sold these covered calls, for example, the $15 strike, let me zoom in here. You guys can see, and I like the way Robinhood lays this out. You can see here, let's say you got 1,000 shares. All right, you'll get a $200 premium put right into your account. And again, if you have a bunch of stocks with hundreds of shares, you're going to be doing pretty well. And this is way better than dividends, guys. Way better. Dividends can't hold a candle to selling options. They can't. And you can make way more money from selling options than dividends. And obviously, selling options requires a little bit more work. You kind of have to have a little bit more knowledge on stocks, options. Dividends are truly passive. I mean, you buy a stock with a dividend, and that's it. You don't have to do anything after that. Options, you got to manage them a bit. If you can actually sell, you got to sell to open, you got to buy to close, you got to learn all these different things. It's not really complicated at all, but you got to manage them. You can actually buy to close before the expiration date if you want to, get out of them, blah, blah, blah. There's some knowledge to it or some education that goes that you got to do, but once you learn it, it's very simple, and you make more money than dividends, and it's actually kind of fun. Crazy, I know. You're like, oh, Stas, it's fun to sell options. It's pretty fun, actually. It's pretty fun. Maybe I'm a dork. I don't know. What do you want to call it? But that's pretty much it for the video, guys. We rambled a bit there. Sofi is now up even more. We're starting to push a little bit here, so we'll see how it goes. Of course, I post all my moves on Patreon. Make sure to check it out. That's linked down below. And join the email list, the free email list where I send out my top stocks weekly. That's also linked down below. And don't forget to get your 30 stocks from Moomoo. Deposit at least $100. You get 5 stocks. Deposit at least $2,000. You get 25 more stocks. And your uninvested cash now will earn up to 8.1% APY, guys. It's a no-brainer, so use that link down below or go to StasSurfS.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.